Morning, my name is Frank Howell. I'm also a founding member of the Lavender Seniors of East Bay, which started in 1996. And we started mainly because there simply wasn't anything for gay seniors and people in that age group. So one of the most important things we tried to do this summer was I testified before the Senate committee in Sacramento on a bill sponsored by Assemblywoman Carol Migden, and it was a bill requiring special training for medical personnel who deal with seniors, and especially gay seniors, gay, lesbians, and transgender seniors, because many of them sometimes are prejudiced against gay people, and they don't know of our needs. They're totally unaware. Sometimes they're totally thoughtless about it. And so this training is now required that medical personnel and nurses and owners of senior centers and rest homes and that sort of thing. And we give what we call a cultural competency training. We go out to the people, the staff, and we talk to them about, we each tell our own personal story about what it's like to be gay, how we grew up being gay or lesbian and so forth. Our own personal stories, and then our director, Dan Ashbrook, tells exactly what the organization does, and he gives them a really thorough grounding in what's required. For example, a classic example that comes to my mind is a gay couple, say a gay or lesbian couple, comes to live in a senior center, or say a rest home, and the owner of the establishment will say, "Oh, well, you two can't be together because after you're two single people, and we don't recognize gay couples. So you'll have to live over here, and you'll have to live over there." And of course, this is very disconcerting to the couple because, like any heterosexual couple, they want to be together, and they don't want to have to go through that. So with this bill that has been passed and with this training, we hope to put an end to that and make people much more enlightened about what we do. We also have a friendly visitor program where we match up people who volunteers who can go out and visit gay people who are shut-ins, and maybe take them to lunch, maybe take them grocery shopping, something like that. Maybe sometimes they're very fearful, they're very closeted, they don't want to acknowledge being gay. And some of these people suffer not only from isolation, they suffer from poverty. We all have to remember, that gay seniors don't have any special rights when it comes to Social Security and Medicare, and with the IRS, a lot of times they're at a disadvantage. And so this is the type of things we try to do, and of course we're also active in a battle for gay marriage, because when you're a straight couple, you get over 1,300 additional rights which you don't get. For example, here in the state of California, you had several rights which have now been taken away because of the court decision. So anyway, this gives you an idea of what we do, and we hope that we can get more volunteers, we can get more speakers, we can get the word out, and this is what we try to do for seniors.
I am Norma Ramos. I work for the City of Berkeley, Health and Human Services Division on Aging. And the reason I took the job is because I told them, I said, if I can't be out as a lesbian here and you don't have lesbian and gay groups, I don't want to work here. And they said, "Oh, of course, we'll do whatever you want." And they had a group called Stronger Women, and that was supposedly the lesbians. And now it's because of Marion's help and Lavender Seniors' help. Now we have a huge gay pride event every year at the Senior Center. I've always been out. I'm going to always be out. And don't let it fool you. I don't know what cities you guys are from, but I have never experienced more prejudice than working in Berkeley. So I'm a Los Angeles girl, and I'm going back to LA. I'm going back home, as I call it. I can't wait to go. And I'll tell you, I've never experienced more prejudice, so don't let it fool you. It is not great here. It is not what you think. There is a lot of prejudice, and there's a lot of discrimination as well against disabled people. And there may be laws, there may be federal laws, there may be some awareness, but there really is, I think invisible is the best way you said it. Seniors are invisible, and But also too, I mean, we get up to 250 people a day, so I guarantee you I have 250 bosses a day. So you have to be really, you can't help everybody. You have to try to help everybody, you've got to be sincere about it, but there are some needs. I mean, even I as getting older, my partner and I, my spouse and I, we've already tried to get married twice, and we'll see what happens in the courts, but it's even hard for me to go to the Dyke March anymore. I mean, I hate sitting on the ground. I've never been a ground sitter. I don't camp. I mean, I'm not, you know, so it's even hard for me. So I can imagine 20 years later how hard it's going to be for me to even think about going to a pride parade. It's hard. So we have to just be open and aware that people have needs. They need to sit down. They need water. They need bathrooms. And just think for yourself, what's convenient for you, you know, what feels good to you. Sitting in the bleachers is not necessarily a big plus sometimes. People will try to get away with smoking pot there. So that, you know, oh, it's medical marijuana. Really? Well, you've been smoking it for an hour and a half. I mean, how much do you need? You know, and so it can be really, really tough, even in the bleachers. They don't have backs. There's how much room can you have, you know, for wheelchairs? I mean, not everybody's in a wheelchair. And please don't ever assume that being a senior is about being disabled, because it's not. I would like to see, you know, in the Chinese parade, I actually watched that last night with my partner's mom. We actually watched the parade. They had a group. I wish there would be more of this. I wish there would be more senior dancing groups. We have Tai Chi, we have yoga, we have tap dance, we have ballet at our senior center. I wish we would see more of that in the parade, rather than just focusing on just the disabled. Have fun, you know, get out there. What happened to the square dancers? You know, what happened to all that? What happened to the tap dancers? Yeah, I'm telling you, they're all seniors now, and they could do a little. If they could sit for a while, do a little dancing. It doesn't have to be, oh, we're just poor little senior, you know, never approach seniors like that, because someone will approach you like that. So I just come at it as I'm really honest with them. I mean, we help them from everything, from Medicare D plans all the way to housing, from the wealthiest of the wealthy up on Grizzly Peak down to the very poor, and they're all educated. Believe me, there's a lot of PhDs and masters running around Berkeley, believe me. Very educated people, and it doesn't matter whether they have homes or not. So I would just say, you know, just be very open-minded, realize how it's going to affect you in the future, because you're going to get old, and we're getting older as we speak, and it does get harder. You know, I mean, I always want to know where the bathrooms are, and where I can get coffee, and where, you know, I mean, I always want to know that. So have fun, and I think I'm so proud of all of you guys for doing this organizing. I think it's wonderful. You guys are the ones that make it happen. I mean, I've been in the parades, but I've also just sat on the sidelines and watched, and I benefit from what you do. And I don't know, Arizona, there's Arizona and LA, is LA here? Yeah, and what other states are here? New Mexico, wow.
Mexico.
And Mexico?
Mexico.
Oh, cool. Oh, I just saw a documentary on some stuff like that. So there's, you know, we're having pride everywhere, and seating, #1 priority, really, truly, and basically just accessibility for people who are disabled, because there are younger people that are also disabled that need some things. Thank you for what you do, and it's always, you know, whenever Marion has something to do, it's always really important. And she asked me if I was willing to do this, but yes. And believe me, I work with lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of seniors, all day long, all week long. And the needs vary, and you cannot help everybody. You can't satisfy everybody, so don't take that personally. Don't take it in, and don't take it on, because as long as you're sincere, you've done your best. Thank you.